What? All my people, can I get a hello? Hey, yo, welcome back to another episode of Hello Effect Podcast. And I got a special guest today. He go by the name of Sam G from West Philly.
What's going on?
And welcome to the Hello Effect Podcast, my brother.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Chilling, taking it easy.
How was the commute? I mean, to get to Jersey.
Oh, smooth.
All right.
Smooth ride.
All right, so for those that's tuning in right now that don't know who Sam G is from West Philly, respectfully,
Yes, sir.
let the folks know who you are, you know what I mean, what you do.
Sam G, West Philly, 6'3 Entertainment CEO / Hilltop Coalition representative. I'm a hip hop artist, and you know, we here to bring West Philly back. That's all.
Oh, that's what's up, respectfully. So you said you're a hip hop artist. How long you been active and doing music?
Over 20 years. I say I started. What's that? 92.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace to Lil G. My homie wrote my first rap, got me inspired to doing music, and from there, I just been putting in the work.
Oh, that's what's up. So you say his name was Lil G?
Lil Gary, yep.
So what about Little Gary that inspired you per se to wanted you to actually pursue the music thing?
He had a group called The Rascals. We was young boys. You know, he put it together. Shout out to PJ, Lawrence Roberts was the DJ. And we used to just, you know, do shows here and there. We had a manager named Ron Woods, rest in peace to him. And we, you know, YMCA's, little banquet halls. But when I first seen the youngsters perform, you know, in my city, because I was on Felton Street, they on 62nd and Media. But I seen them perform, and once I seen that, I felt as though it's possible to come from the hood and make it in the music business.
Now that's a fact. So if you don't mind, what was the first song Little G wrote for you? Like, if you can remember, what was that first verse?
It was long. It was years ago, but I'm trying to remember it.
Nah, it's good. It's good. I mean, if you don't remember,
Yeah, I don't remember it, but once he put it together for me, he taught me the hook, the 16, the hook, and then from there.
that's what I was about to ask you. Did he really break it down for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like the bar format and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, other than Little G, wasn't nobody that was like a mainstream artist that made you like, damn, yo.
Yeah, like I was telling you. See, I grew up in West Philly. The youngsters took off, steady being cool. They was older.
Okay.
But I seen them shooting the ooh ooh video coming from school. So me seeing all that motion, I just had to, you know, put my pen together and try to make things happen. But you know, life situations will come. So
Yeah, for sure.
sometimes you stop, but the energy, the drive was never left. So years later, I get with Mossberg. We hitting up Club Flow. Shout out to Larry Lair. This one, Meek couldn't even get into the clubs. He was getting snuck in there performing, like, you know, Four Horsemen, Paper Chasers, Hollow Man, LP. All these groups was going down the flow. That's what's getting Philly coming together. And as you know, Meek took off. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
so shout out to him. And yeah, we just working. But me and Mossberg, we've been putting in the work. You know what I mean? And it ain't just my partner, it's my family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got some projects coming. And the fans gonna appreciate what we about to drop.
That's what's up. Well, what made you want to take it like serious? I understand there's a lot of different music influences that come from West Philly. You know what I mean? But the same thing as like, if you got a son, you put a basketball in his hand, don't mean he gonna be passionate about it and gonna want to do it. So what was that point where he's like, yo, all I really want to do this shit for real, for real. I don't want to play around with this shit.
Well, like I was saying, doing shows, Club Flow was started, the response, the people that would, you know, yo, I fucks with your music, it's hot. And then Mossberg put me on in New Jersey Expo, we opened up for Big Pun.
Oh, where that's what's up. That's a great accomplishment.
When we did that, the response from the crowd, like the energy, it's something about on that stage, when that energy and people was messing with your music, you want to keep going. And I'm just trying to turn in, like you said, fans into green dollars. That's what type time I'm on.
No, that's a fact. So let me ask you a question. If you didn't get the type of response of support that you got early on doing it, is that something you think you would still been doing?
Yeah, it's just I gotta work harder. That's all.
So it was never a point in time where like, yo, man, yo, I ain't like, cause I feel like these artists these days, they care so much about numbers and shit like that. They feel like just because, I ain't got 100,000 views, I'm not doing it. That's not true.
No.
Like, so it wasn't no time where you felt like, damn, I'm not getting support from West Philly. I'm from West Philly. Y'all should support me off of just because I'm from there.
Well, like everybody's not gonna like your music.
Okay.
But as long as you true to yourself and you believe in you, it don't matter what nobody say. Because eventually some will catch on and some may not. But as long as you keep going, you can't go wrong. That's my belief.
No, that's a fact. So what's your inspiration behind your music? Like what's like pretty much the songs, are they based on your life?
Things I've been through, situations I had to deal with, ups and downs, losses, you know, deaths, and things that I'm trying to accomplish. I'm gonna speak things into fruition because I believe in myself and I believe my music can touch other people in all aspects.
No, that's a fact. I agree with that too. But do you feel like when it comes to doing music, do it gotta be like based on your life, or could it be like some shit that you pretty much making up? Because like for instance, Slick Rick.
Right.
He's probably one of the #1 storytellers. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You telling a story. Like, do you feel like when it comes to your music, nah, I gotta talk about what I'm going through for people to relate, or you just like, fuck it?
No, some, like I was saying, some is about real life situations and others, some might be entertainment. But I'm gonna keep pushing the pen until somebody get it. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your ultimate goal though? Like you trying to like go as far as like a major, or you just comfortable with like independent?
It depends on the situation. I mean, if opportunity comes and it makes sense, I'm willing to, you know, take a chance. But as far as being independent, we trying to get bread. So, you know, we don't really want too many middlemen. Like I said, CEO, HTC, Mossberg, we putting in the work, but the ultimate goal is to touch the people and to make profits.
Now that's a fact. So is there anybody other than, of course, the home team that you want to work with? It don't even got to be in Philly. It could be outside of Philly. Because I feel like once you in your city, even though a lot of this shit is politics, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you could probably reach people in your city, faster than other people. So is anybody outside of the Philly that you feel like, damn, yo, it could be a mainstream artist, producer, or whatever? Because you've been doing this, you say you've been doing this for like 20 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there anybody out there that's like, you know what, like I got to get that motherfucker now?
Well, no, not really, but we deal with people in Brooklyn, you know, so I'm open for people that want to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't have no issues with dealing with other artists or doing songs, but I'm just focusing on what we doing and trying to get heard, get my voice heard. You know what I'm saying?
So do you really care about the support from where you from then? It don't matter?
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? The music gonna speak for itself. So I don't, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you'll catch on. Just run it back another time. Sometimes you gotta listen to it twice to really catch on to it.
Now, that's a fact. I'm a firm believer of that, yo. Like,
real rap.
Anybody that's really tapped in when it comes to hip hop, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. One listen, unless, cause some people got that shit like, damn, yo, I already knew that shit. But like, yo, you got to give it a few listens, cause you probably a lot of shit go over your head. That's like when I have a conversation with you, I might be dropping some jewels and some gems.
Yeah.
You might not get that shit until you look back like, damn, yo, see. he told me some shit. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like you should put yourself out there, network, you know what I mean? Get to know different people and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I was saying, far as music going over people's head, Don Voltron, that's a prime example of you got to run it back because he be saying some shit that you ain't gonna catch it the first time. And not just that, he produced most of my album, Streams and Sales, that's about to drop summertime. And yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is that a good or bad thing though when it comes to like far as like you gotta play it back, you know what I mean? Because some people might take it in this perspective, like, yo, your verse is too complicated. Like, you know, I'm gonna give like Nas for example.
Right.
Only certain people could interpret what he's saying from that first listen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta go back. You know what I mean? I'm not saying me personally. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's not a bad thing because you want to be able to listen to music, you know what I mean, more than once. I ain't gonna just try to play your record one time and be like, that's it.
Right.
I'm gonna get like if I ain't catch that shit the first time, I'm gonna play that shit back, you know what I mean, and try to figure out what you're saying. So do you think that's a good or bad thing for somebody that had to figure out like your metaphors and breaking down your bars?
No, not really a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's the wordplay. Some things you might not understand, so you have to find out the definition of what he's talking about. Yeah. Because some people, you know, are more sophisticated with words than others. That's true. And that's that bull right there.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, what's the like that point where like, yo, you know what? I did it all. I feel good. You know what I mean? Because like you said before, to go back, you said you've been doing this for 20 years. Mm-hmm. It got to be something that's driving you to continue to do it. And I feel like once you reach that point, it's like, yo, damn, yes. Can you tell a situation that you feel like, yo, I finally made it and I accomplished what I'm trying to do with as far as this music shit go?
Well, to be honest, I'm still grinding. Mm-hmm. I feel as though we got motion, mm-hmm. but you know, it's still work to be done. As far as my personal opinion, as far as me, Sam G. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean. But when I feel like I accomplished it, is when I can, you know, take care of my family off of the music, mm-hmm. solely music. You see what I'm saying? Merchandise and all that is included. But I'm just saying, once I can take care of my family and don't gotta punch in a clock for somebody else, that's when I'm gonna feel like I made it. You feel me?
But let me ask you a question. This to be transparent. Like, will it come to a point in time where, like, you know what? I feel like I done exhausted everything. I done did every avenue. I done jumped on. I've been on radio. I've been on podcasts. And you feel like you didn't reap the benefits. Is it gonna come to a point in time like, yo, you just give up? Like, I ain't doing it. Are you gonna ride this bitch until the fucking wheels fall off? I'm just being transparent because a lot of people think that this shit is easy. It take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and fucking money.
Yeah, like you can't give up on yourself, man. Mm-hmm. Even when you don't feel like you see something happening for you, you gotta have faith. You gotta pray. You gotta keep your mind focused on the mission, if you don't see it or not. And that's how I believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm a true believer that we gonna make it. My whole team. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can't or I don't know. It's not in my vocabulary because if you can put in the work to do it, and if you don't know, figure it out. Ask questions. You can learn. You see what I'm saying? That's how I play.
That's a fact. How is it important for you as a man and as an artist? You know what I mean? Being that we had plenty of artists that had mainstream success, mm-hmm. but years later, you know what I mean, when that money, you know what I mean, stopped coming in, and they complain about, oh yeah, I got this bad contract. Do you use them for an example, and actually when you get these situations put in front of you to actually get the type of people you need, you know what I mean, to go over your contract, you was like, fuck it, yo, you see them dollar signs and I'm a sign it. Because a lot of like people that look like us,
right,
been fucking taking advantage of it. And I mean, it's kind of with the label, but it's kind of also their fault because like I said, we hear this story multiple times about like, damn, this person got jerked, this person they get his publishing. How's the point for you to really read these contracts, you know what I mean, and figure out if you just want to sign?
It's very important. But me and my partner turned down numerous contracts that have been offered. I'm talking about nice money. but the in between parts didn't fit our morals. So we not taking no money to be, like we don't want to be controlled. We don't have no problem with no distribution, but we control what we do. We don't want to be controlled by somebody else and, putting us in positions that if we don't think it's right, we ain't doing it. You feel me?
If you don't mind,
the money ain't, we ain't worried about the money. We needed to be fair. You know what I'm saying? The moral part.
now I was about to say, if you don't mind, to speak on like what you mean by like what type of contracts like that been presented to you, like far as like, you know what? Hell no, I'm not taking that. The money look good, but like far as like you saying like control, like they wanted you to sound a certain way, go in a certain lane or some shit like that.
They want to control the music, what you look like, what to wear and all that. We not with that. Like for instance, Mossberg had a contract. I think they from Canada, was trying to change everything for some money. Though they thought just because the money was strong, we could color your hair this color. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, we grown men and we just want to be respected, and we gonna give you good music. All that extra, well, I don't know what be going on, but you hear it a lot, and no, we ain't doing that.
So name some of your accomplishments for the people. You know what I mean? Because we hear all the other stuff that you got to do about the money and shit like that. Let's talk about the good side of, you know what I mean, how the music been, you know what I mean, blessing you. Even if it ain't money, it could be opportunity.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like networking with people. We got 2 movies. Well, we in movies.
Okay.
Bonnie and Clyde, shout out to Livelihood Films. Thank God It's Over. Mike B, Get Money Films. But radio spins, stations. Shout out to Preem in Brooklyn. We just
about the boss.
Yeah, Diddy, networking, connections. I think that's more important than money, because who you know can get you somewhere.
That's true.
Before any other thing.
All right, name some of your accomplishments. You know what I mean? Like far as like that you feel like you happy and proud about. Cause you've been in this shit like, you know what I mean, respectfully, 20 years strong. You know what I mean? A lot of people really can't say, you know what I mean, that much and really be happy about this shit, you know what I mean, and continue to grind. So name some of the stuff that, you know what I mean, you accomplished and you feel like you didn't know that you was gonna accomplish before joining this shit.
Oh yeah. Basically for me, like I said, radio station spins, 92.9 in Atlanta, track Bullies, features, doing, just shows and creating projects.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up, definitely. You know what I mean? Yo, before we get up out of here, just let the people know, you know what I mean, if they want to feature, they want anything that you're doing, you know what I mean, where could they reach you at?
You can find me on Instagram, SamG_63ST.
And what's the project that you got coming on? Just shout out everything that you're doing.
I got
movies, music, merch, all that shit. Like,
well, right now, we got 5 singles streaming. Think Twice. 16's a Hard. You Tonight. Power Moves. The Stove 2. Bonnie and Clyde movie. Shout out to Livelihood Films. Thank God It's Over. Get Money Films might be. Streams and Sales coming this summer. Mossberg Theory about to drop. I'm featured on that. And yeah, we working.
And what's your Instagram again for the people?
SamG_63ST.
What about TikTok? Anything else? The same thing, same handles. You don't got a TikTok.
No, I don't. You know what I mean? I'm just on the.
I mean, I want to thank my boy Sam G, all the way from West Philly, for pulling up on your boy, the Hello Effect podcast. And make sure you support everything that he doing. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna circle back on him, have him back on the podcast. I mean, really get in depth. You know what I mean? Of what he got going on. I mean, his future. I mean, things that he got going on. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all stay tuned and locked in and don't miss this episode. Hello?